Hello everyone, welcome to the second video of module 1 strategic management. The chapter name is introduction about strategic management. This is the second video in the module 1. Previously we discussed about meaning of strategic management, nature of strategic management, importance and also characteristics of strategic management. So in this video I'll be covering the relevance, characteristics already explained, relevance and strategic management process. In process again, this video will cover only the three process of it, and the rest will be covered in the next slide. And also let us study about the relationship between company strategy and its business model in the next module. So in this module, I'll be concentrating on the relevance of strategic management and a few phases of strategic management process, and also the difference between tactics and strategic management. So these are the contents which will be covered in this video, a second video on strategic management. Well, talking about the benefits and relevance of strategic management, of course there are financial benefits and also non-financial benefits. Here financial benefits includes profits, sales and return on assets, whereas non-financial benefits includes few points here which I'll be explaining now. Well, it provides a way to participate future problems and opportunities. It provides employees with clear objectives and directions for the future of the organization. It results in more effective and better performance compared to non-strategic management organizations. It increases employee satisfaction and motivation. It results in faster and better decision making, and it results on cost saving. Well, intended strategy, the original strategy the top management plans and intends to implement. Realized strategy, the strategy that top management actually implements. Hence, the original strategy may be realized with desirable or undesirable results, or it may be modified as changes in the firm or environment becomes known. Formal planning, systematic and regular planning departments or cells manned by people with knowledge and experience in different aspects and dimensions of planning at the organizational level. Informal planning is common with small enterprise, and sometimes with one dominated not so small enterprise is often done in a casual way. And about policy, it's a broad general guide to action which impels or directs goal attainment. Policies do not normally dictate what actions should be taken, but they do provide the boundaries within the objectives must be pursued. Thus, policy serves to channel and guide the implementation of strategies. Action should be in line with the policies and not vice versa. Talking about the next topic, that is, okay, let me continue with a few more on the relevance of strategic management. Well, if you're going to become a new manager in a public or private agency, there is a good chance that you will be asked to assist in strategic management. Well, you'll be charged with getting employees and resources coordinated so that your business unit achieves its assigned goal. Appreciate the benefits of the strategic management process so that you can make the right operational decision to facilitate success. Well, setting direction. An organization needs direction so that it has a plan for arranging its core activities. If you don't set goals through a strategic management process, your organization operates in a reactive mode. Use strategic management planning principles to set the course for the company and to spend business resource in ways that will help you achieve this course. Focusing on your direction also helps to avoid wasting resources along the way. Situational analysis. Well, strategic management is based on many concepts, and an important concept in this management style is called situational analysis. You want the organization you work for to evaluate its current position in the business market, and you want the organization to define where it wants to be in 1 year and in 5 years, such as acquiring a larger share of the market. So this type of situational analysis and strategic planning that follows it encourages managers to direct resources so that the desired business position is attained in a specific time frame. Strategic alliances. If you have a goal for the organization you work for to grow rapidly, then you look around for strategic market alliances, which is related to situational analysis. For example, private companies can use the acquisition of smaller companies to expand its market base and then introduce a product of these companies in their existing stores. So tie the growth of the organization to the strategic plan. By strategy precisely what growth will look like, so everyone in the organization can visualize it. Then innovation. I'm sorry. And strategic management also encourages organization to look everywhere for new ideas, which is truly the essence of entrepreneurialism. For example, a US chain store that expands its global market can share ideas that work for managing a retail operation in another country with store managers in its home country. While managers are encouraged to test foreign ideas in their home market, this retailer realizes that goals can be achieved, even surpassed, by putting ideas into the hands of people who can use them. The entrepreneurial testing of new ideas is something that you want to be a part of in a strategically managed company. Then what are the key elements of strategic management process? Well, I'll take the process later, but before that let me take you, hope it's clear, the particular topic that we're discussing about, that is relevance or the benefits and relevance of strategic management. I hope I gave enough explanation regarding it. Next, let us go to the difference between the tactics and the strategy. Well, what is the difference between these two terms? Let me first take you to the terms individually, and then I'll come back to the difference. Well, the term strategy and tactics originated as military terminologies but are now widely used today in a professional setting. So you need to learn how this can use both strategy and tactics to build your strategy, business strategy. Well, let me give an example. Like chess grandmasters don't blindly go into the game moving pieces around randomly. I'm sure you know that. You all know that. They have well thought out and precise moves to gain the upper hand against their opponent. Chess players use both strategies and tactics to achieve their ultimate goal, to capture the opponent's king, just like decision making in chess. You can use both strategy and tactics to build and execute a business strategy. So I'll take you through as to how these two techniques can help achieve our strategic goals. Well, what is the difference between strategy and tactics? The term strategy and tactics, as I told, has originated from military terminology, and they've been adopted to fit different situations beyond just military usage, that is including business strategy. What is strategy here? Well, strategy is an action plan that will take you take in the future to achieve final end goals. Well, strategies helps to define long-term goals and how to go about by achieving them, right? But what is tactics? Well, strategy is the action plan that takes you where you want to go. The tactics are the individual steps and actions that will get you there. Well, in a business context, this means the specific actions team take to implement the initiatives outlined in the strategy. Again, if we go back to that example, the chess analogy, strategy is positioning your pieces in a specific arrangement to get to where you want to be. Well, tactics are that act of moving said pieces into those positions. Hope it's very clear for you now. Still, I'll explain the details about the relationship between strategies and tactics. Um, well, um, the question should not be strategy versus tactics, but strategy and tactics. Well, that is the relationship between them. Think of these two techniques as two different sides of the same coin. Both are necessary to achieve the goals. If someone is trying to reach the goal solely with strategy, they won't get anywhere, since tactics are the concrete action items that take you where you need to go. When a team only uses strategy, the only thing that you will be doing is planning to achieve goals instead of doing the work that needs to be done to achieve them. On the other hand, you can't achieve your business goal on tactics alone. Tactics without strategy quickly turns into aimless work. When this is the case, people are just taking arbitrary actions with no strategic objectives in place. So in short term, this can feel like busy work for team members. In the long term, it can lead to frustration, burnout, and job satisfaction. So what makes good tactics? Tactics are short term. Well, if the strategy is the long term plan, tactics are the short term steps that help you hit smaller goals. Tactical planning is the act of breaking down your strategic plan into short term actions. Well, tactics are clearly tied to strategy. If you're struggling to understand how a specific tactic contributes to your strategy, it might not be the best tactic for your strategy. Well, tactics are actionable and time bound. Tactics are best executed in a limited time frame, similar to most goal setting strategies. Creating time bound deadlines ensures that tactics are actually completed within a set time frame. Well, let me give you examples for strategy and tactics. um, well, strategy is like interview 20% more candidates from historically there are underrepresented communities in technology. Tactics is sponsor historically underrepresented community groups that focus on STEM, create opportunities for students with alternative education paths such as boot camps and trade shows, and regularly share job listing on platforms that target underrepresented communities. So I hope with this example and detailed description or the explanation about tactics and strategy is clear for you. Let me just read the slides that I have put here. Meaning, carefully planned action made to achieve a specific objective is called tactics, whereas strategy is a long range blueprint of an organization expected image and destination. Regarding tactics, it is determining how the strategy be executed, whereas strategy is an organized set of activities that can lead the company to differentiation. Regarding the nature of the work, tactics is preventive, whereas strategy is competitive. And tactics is an action plan, wherein strategy is an action plan, whereas tactics is actually making it into action. And then talking about the focus, tactics are the tasks, whereas strategies are the purpose. And then formulated tactics are usually formulated at the middle level, strategies are formulated at the top level. Risk, low risk, tactics have a very low risk, whereas strategy have a high risk. Approachability, tactics are reactive, whereas strategies are proactive. Then regarding flexibility, tactics are more flexible when compared to tactics, strategies are very less flexible. Then orientation, tactics has orientation towards present conditions, whereas strategies have orientation towards future. It's future oriented. Well, I hope the difference between the tactics and strategy is clear. Now I hope I can take you to the next topic, that is the strategic management process. Well, here in this video I'll be completing few steps of it. As you can see on the slide, strategic formulation, strategic implementation, major two phrases. In that again you have five different stages: review current situation, second analyzing internal and external environment, third one developing strategies, fourth one implementing strategies, and fifth one evaluating the results. So what are the key elements of the strategic management process? Strategic management is broadly concerned with how an organization's leader create and implement goals. Process of strategic management involves considering how resources such as money, personal and time impact the environment in which the organization operates. Four key elements of strategic management process are environmental scanning, formulation, implementation, and evaluation. Okay, so talking about the process of strategic management, here the strategic management process includes these four steps mainly, that is setting strategic intent, strategic formulation, strategy implementation, and strategy evaluation and control. Then environmental scanning, you can see that the first one is setting up strategic intent. And talking about the environmental scanning refers to process of collecting, scrutinizing, and providing information for strategic purpose. It helps in analyzing internal and external factors influencing an organization. After executing the environmental analysis process, management should evaluate it on the continuous basis and to strive to improve it. Strategic formulation is the process of deciding best course of action for accomplishing organizational objectives and hence achieving organizational purpose. After conducting environmental scanning, managers formulate corporate, business, and functional strategies. Regarding strategic implementation, it implies making the strategy work as intended or putting the organization's chosen strategy into action. Strategy implementation includes designing the organizational structure, distributing resources, developing decision-making process, and managing human resource. Regarding strategic evaluation, it's the final step of strategy management process. The key strategy evaluation activities are appraising internal and external factors that are the root of present strategies, measuring performance, and taking remedial corrective actions. Evaluation makes sure that the organization strategy as well as implementation meets organizational goals. Alright, so here setting goals. Let me just again take you there to the process of strategic management. Setting goals means defining objectives, long term or short term. Missions are defined, objectives are set, strategies are crafted. Environmental scanning talks about the tools like SWOT, that is strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats, and ETOP analysis. Third one is developing new strategies. Strategies at different levels: business level, functional level, and corporate level. Fourth one, implementation, involves optimal communication and leadership skills. Fifth one, evaluation, evaluating implementing strategy for best results, consistently reviewing results with set standards, monitoring and controlling the mechanism to take corrective action. Well, taking the first one, developing a strategic vision. A strategic vision describes a route a company intends to take in developing and strengthening its business. It lays out the company's strategic course in preparing for the future. A clearly articulated strategic vision communicates management's aspiration to share stakeholders and helps the energies of company personnel in a common direction. A strategic vision proclaiming management's quest to be the market leader or okay, sorry for that. Well, to be the market leader. Well, let me start again. The strategic vision proclaiming management's quest to be the market leader or to be the first choice of customers or to be the most innovative or to be recognized as best company in the industry. Strategic vision to function as a valuable manager tool. It must provide understanding of what management wants its business to look like. Provide managers with reference points to make strategy decision. Translate vision into hard-edged objectives and strategies, and prepare company for the future. Then key elements of strategic vision and characteristics of effective worded strategic vision includes graphic, directional, focused, flexible, feasible, desirable, easy to communicate. Then concepts based vision statement. Well, I have in this video I have mentioned all the vision statements of different organizations. I think you can go through this one by one. And talking about the quality-based vision statement, other common vision statements are focused on internal goals. These include type of products and service the company hopes to provide as they grow, company culture and operations. And here again, there are few companies' vision statements, quality-based vision statements have been included in this PPT. Please go through with that. Then setting objectives, both short-term and long-term objectives are needed here. Well-stated objectives are quantifiable, measurable, contain a deadline for achievement. Objectives are needed at all levels. Well, the objective setting process is more top-down than bottom-up. First, set organization-wide objectives and performance target. Next, set business and product line objectives. Then establish functional and departmental objectives. Individual objectives are established at last. Talking about the third phase, that is environmental scanning, it includes external and internal scanning. Well, crafting a good strategy requires good business entrepreneurship. The task of crafting a strategy entails answering a series of hows, that is how to do it, when to do it, and who is involved in strategy making. Managers of subsidiaries, divisions, geographic regions, plants, and other important operational units. Well, these are the three phases that we discussed right now. Let me again discuss on now crafting a strategy in task 3. As I said, the task of crafting strategy entails answering series of how, that is how to grow the business, how to please customers, how to out-compete rivals, how to respond to changing marketing conditions, how to manage each functional piece of business and develop needed contingencies and capabilities, competencies and capabilities, and how to achieve strategic and financial objectives. Strategy making involves, you know, astute entrepreneurship, that is actively searching for opportunities to do new things, actively searching for opportunities to do existing things in new and better ways, and developing timely response to happenings in the external environment, and also steering company activities in new directions dictated by shifting marketing conditions. And also it includes developing winning strategies, which includes who is involved in strategy making, that is whether CEO or the senior executives or the managers of subsidiaries and divisions. All these talks about the phase 3. Well, I hope this is clear. We're talking about the process of strategic management, completed 3 phases of it. The rest 2 will be continued in the next video. Well, I hope it's clear. In this video I covered the relevance of strategic management, difference between tactics and strategies, and 3 phases in strategic management process. Well, I will be continuing the remaining phases in the next video. Thank you so much.